I'm currently studying this, which is Maseches Bava Basra, tractate Bava Basra, which is massive. As you can see, I think I actually sprained my wrist just picking it up once. But it starts off by talking about people who are sharing a common courtyard, partners in a property, an apartment building, a house with a shared yard, etc., etc. And it deals with how we adjudicate property, distinctions, divisions, and so on and so forth. It then goes on to talk about partnerships of other sorts. For instance, it talks about properties that abut each other. So we don't share a property, but our properties neighbor each other. What are the laws regarding that? What can I do in my property? What can you do in your property? Laws of, I guess, neighborhoods and town planning, etc. We then discusses transfer of property, proof from generation to generation, from one person to the other, transfer proof of ownership, and so on and so forth. It then talks about buying and selling, commerce. And it's interesting. I feel if the theme of this tractate really is partnership, which seems to be how it starts off, how does commerce, buying and selling fit into that? And I think it's an important lesson, maybe especially for the LinkedIn community, people who are in business, people who are buying and selling. I think the Gemara is understanding that we're partners, meaning there's a partnership between someone who's buying and selling. It's not just a transaction, but we live in a society. In our society, there are some people who provide goods, some people who provide services, people who buy goods, people who buy services, but the people who are buying goods and services are probably providing goods and services to other. Society is a gigantic partnership. It's like us sharing a courtyard together. And if we look at society that way, I think it gives us a different way of conducting business. We have a partnership when we're on the road between drivers, one driver and another driver, and pedestrians and the police and the public utility services and the public transport and so on and so forth. It goes on, the tractate goes on to talk about inheritance, meaning partnership from one generation to the next. We're also partners with the generation that preceded us and the generation that follows us. We receive property, traditions, ideas from the generation that preceded, and our obligation is to transmit them. So there's a partnership across time, there's a partnership across space, and there's a partnership across personalities. And I think it's a beautiful idea that this tractate, which starts with the whole idea of one of the closest partnerships where we share a living space, and it extends out to properties and to neighborhoods and to cities and to generations and to life itself. And it's an important lesson for us. Whatever we do, I don't sell stuff. I mean, I teach and I give lectures, Shabbatonim, etc., scholars and residents. I'm providing a service. There are other people providing goods. The caterer who comes to the Shabbaton and provides the food, the guy who does the music at night, the people who clean up, the people who attend are buying. We are all in an amazing partnership, and it's our. We should not look at it as if we are separate. In the immortal words of John Donne, the great English poet, no man is an island entirely of itself, every man is a part of the continent, a piece of the main. And I think this tractate, Bava Basra, I think just impresses me with that lesson and emphasizes that lesson in all of its 178 folio with massive commentary, etc. But it's really all about partnership, and it's all about being a partner. We are all partners, and let's act like that. Thank you very much. This is Mordechai Becher with the Gateways Parshat vlog.